things to avoid wearing. Don't wear stripes. Don't wear the horizontal stripes. I've seen people where they're doing it. Don't wear distracting patterns. Some of our shirt, there might be like a little bit of, it's like, you know, think of this ruffle as like if it was a pattern. It's only a little bit in the total look. A little bit adds interest, and that's fine. It's a little texture. But I see people where, like, after I recommended, you know, here's some things to do, wear these sort of colors, wear solids, you know, aim for this look. I then see their photographs, and they wore a hoodie. Someone's laughing. Oh, good. I was like, they wore a hoodie, and they're over 40. And I have hoodies too. I mean, there's certain things like you can't buy, you know, you can't buy a sweatshirt or certain sweaters these days as a woman without it being a hoodie. I'm very aware though when I wear a hoodie that it is for the gym, it's for my walk at Miles Square Park. This is not, you know, I'm not wearing it to go shopping. I'm not wearing this as a social thing, and I'm certainly not wearing it for any of my photo shoots. You know, I'm not wearing it even where like friends are taking photos, casual photos that I'm going to use in my profile. So avoid stripes, avoid patterns, and the clothes you wear. So I'm gonna kind of like play with like the sweater you have because it's like I want to like touch it, and that's actually one of the things you want as a woman. Is we want to wear colors that are some of our like alluring colors that are dark. So like almost what you're wearing is perfect that way because you've got the black and there's perfect.
It's too much shirt.
Touch of that, you know, it's like, and it's how we sit when it's like these chairs are not what you'd be sitting in at a photo shoot. If you're at a photo shoot, you're sitting up more, your posture is better, so it's like it's probably only about an inch. And in which case it's like it's probably fine. And you can always like, you know, shift it a little bit so it's more like half an inch. What's really nice with it's like a burnt, you know, what do I even call that color? It's such a gorgeous color for playing up your coloring without it being the only color you're wearing. So it's ever so, you know, beautifully playing up your coloring, and the black gives enough framing that wearing other color is good. Women more so than the men, bring at least 2 outfits, 2 tops. And then top of the photographer. In general, I've worn like a black scoop neck shirt. I'm blonde. The black is it's a good contrast with my hair. It's a good contrast with my coloring. Alternative, and it's usually like a matte black. Women, bring at least 1 top that has some sensual texture to it. Cashmere, angora, velvet or velveteen, because it's a classy way to send a lightly alluring, and that's the word I'm working on using more now. I used to say classy sexy, and I can still say that. I can still say that in public. It's just sometimes women in certain business professions don't even want to ever, I can't, if I think sexy, you know, they're like, I never want to dress like that in the majority of settings that they're in the outside world, because so many of even their social settings are business oriented. Alluring. Alluring is now the word that I'm using because it is attractive with a little bit of sensuality that is still appropriate in pretty much any setting. So it's aimed for that kind of a feel. The men, you may not even realize it, but when you accentuate your shoulders, that's alluring for us. You know, it's like, we love it, you know, it's like, this is cool. So for ladies, it's play with the texture, velvet, velveteen, and even if you don't have it, or velour, it's often, you know, you don't have to go spend $300 for a new top. It's often easy enough to go get something that is one of those colors, one of those textures. The colors to wear and the colors to avoid. Reds, pinks, burgundies, merlot, those sort of colors are all romantic passion colors, which is why it's like, unless it's like a Christmas dress, we're generally not dressing little girls in a full red outfit throughout the day. It's like it might be a special party dress, but it's not her thing for the whole day because she's so tiny. You know, it's a passion color, so it's what we soften it and dress them in pink, and that softens it. Adult women, we can wear a bit more red. Often red, and it depends on our coloring for like what variation on red. Merlot, burgundy, those sort of colors are an elegant, in terms of like the different adjectives for like each of the words, that is an elegant version of red. And it's actually, my purse is that color. It's over 40, even over 38, because it just depends on, I look young for my age. I have to be careful wearing anything that is a youthful young woman's color, because I now look like mutton dressing as lamb, as they say in the UK's what not to wear. I look like I'm trying, whereas when I don't even like worry about it, I look younger than my age. I'm like, thank God, good genes, taking care of skin. Still, it's one of those things to be careful with your choice of colors. Like how you're dressing today is like, you've got a color that's kind of youthful, you're wearing so many other colors with it that frame that. It's like, I've seen some ladies where they're like over 38, and they're wearing like a full pale pink, bright pink, and not that fuchsia variation. It's a girl's color, and they're wearing it, and it's like the full outfit, and I'm just like, you don't know how much you look like you're trying to look 22. You look like you're trying to compete with a 22-year-old, and we can't. And what we bring to the table that's great, is then lost in that kind of a frame. You can wear a pink blouse if you wear, like how Paul is doing this, with like another sweater on the outside, something to frame it. You can wear a lighter, like a yellow, like a lemon yellow, or a soft pink, where it's like this much framing your face, but then you need a darker color on the outside. Generally, I know some women, Sid Charisse could wear emerald green and look incredibly sexy and fabulous and hot. Most of us, green is not a romantic, alluring color. Women will often think in terms of, oh, it's such a great color on me, I look so good in this, that they'll often think of that as a major color to wear for their photo shoot. And it is a beautiful color on you. You look good. It's not a romantic color. So aim for something in the pink influence. Even like that lilac is so pinkish oriented that it works. I'm like lilac, lavender, what do you want to call it? Like, it works for that. It's a romantic color. It's just in general, it's like the top maybe isn't exactly, but like I'm just talking about the color is one where you're like, yeah, I could wear a color like that for my photo shoot, that would be appropriate.